This is the first year that I've actually worn this style of helmet. It's actually molded to my head, so it fits real nice. Previous years I've just been wearing, mass production type style helmet, but this summer I got a guy come in and actually take a mold of my face, and it fits real nice. It feels really good.
Well, my mask, I've always wore a Reebok mask, and the lady that designs it, I kept her. I think she's been doing my mask for 2-3 years now. And
our football previews, and this week we have the regional semifinals with Valley facing off in Ashland Crestview against Ashland Crestview, and West taking on Winford. So it's going to be an interesting week of football, and only 2 games that really matter here. There's other area teams playing, but the ones that our readers will be caring about will be taking place today, later tonight. Let's start with the Valley game. It's the game you'll be covering, and you talked to Darren Crabtree earlier this week.
Yeah, talking to Darren this week, he's really glad that his team was able to get a win. I know it was their first playoff appearance since 2005, trying to go in and get some of the jitters out that they had against the Ridgewood team that their seniors had made 4 straight playoff appearances. So experience was not on the Indians' side, but they were able to go in and prevail. I know they had. You were at that game last week. You talked about how special teams was a big thing, and turnovers. They were able to kind of win despite the turnovers. Now, once you get farther and farther into the season, turnovers could kill you.
Next playoff show previewing Valley versus Bucyrus Winford. Last week, Winford took down West, our other local team that was still remaining in the playoffs, 14-9 in a thriller. Now they look to take down their second straight SOC team in 2 weeks. What can you tell me about this game, Cody?
Well, talking to Coach Darren Crabtree earlier this week, he said one of the things that watching the film of Winford, they're really balanced, a lot like some of the teams that they faced earlier in the year, but a lot more emphasis on passing with the balance. So they got Winford has a couple of kids that are Northwest All-District first-team players on offense. Another one on second team, and then a nice little defensive tackle is second team defensive line. But with the way the Valley was playing last week, the way I watched them play against Ashland Crestview, they looked very good. And one of the keys that Coach Crabtree had talked about earlier in the week was making sure that they limited turnovers. Last week they did a pretty good job of not committing any turnovers, and they forced Crestview into a couple, and that helped them out in the end. Also, having a guy like Luke Keller in the backfield, I'll tell you what, if you guys weren't at that game last week, he threw one of probably the most devastating stiff arms I've seen in a long time. I mean, the kid who was at the other end of that one is probably still hurting from it.
From the PDT Newsroom alongside Frank Lewis, I'm Cody Leist, filling in for Bob Strictly. Here are the top 3 stories that you will be reading in Wednesday's edition of the Portsmouth Daily Times. First, Frank, let's talk about the big news involving Senator John Kerry.
Yeah, Senator John Kerry has said now he's going to resign his 87th district seat of Ohio House of Representatives in January to accept a new position as Assistant to the President for Governmental Relations and Strategic Initiatives at Shawnee State University in Portsmouth.
One of the things that the city is also talking about with City Council is maybe changing some buildings. What can you tell me about that?
Well, what's happened is all of a sudden, we just passed the income.